If you feel helpless, alone, and overwhelmed, you're not the only one. I've been there before, many times. It doesn't mean that you are broken. It doesn't mean that there is something horribly wrong with you. It's not your fault. Let's take a few deep breaths together. Hold your heart in the palm of your hand, the way that you might hold a small child. Now, I'm going to breathe with you. Breathe in deeply. You might like to feel your belly expanding and contracting as you breathe, like this. There we go. I want you to know that even if you don't feel it now, there are many people out there who love you. There are many others like me who share my philosophy of loving all living beings. And I get that I don't know you personally. I know that I can't truly understand how you feel and what you're going through right now because your experiences are ultimately yours. Only you can really understand them. And of course, I'm not a qualified psychologist or a qualified psychotherapist. And of course, this is not professional or medical advice. But do know that there is absolutely no shame in asking for help, in getting the professional help that you need. That said, I can relate to the feelings that you're experiencing right now. I can empathize with your struggles, your hopelessness, your cynicism about people, your cynicism about life, about the world, because I've been there before, many times in fact. And chances are you're an incredibly kind person deep down, because it's often the people with the kindest hearts that hurt the most inside. People like Robin Williams, Chester Bennington, or Daniel Naroditsky. Truly incredible, caring people who touched millions with their positive energy, with their humor, and with their deep passion for their craft. You see, part of what made them so caring and so kind with everyone that they met is because they didn't want anyone else to suffer the way that they were suffering. I know that you're suffering, and it hurts to see you suffer in such a way. But it's all right. I'm here, and I'm going to share with you what helped me when I was going through this same stuff. The first step to overcoming these feelings you have, the helplessness, the loneliness, the overwhelm, is to face it directly. Because the things that we keep avoiding, life has a tendency to keep throwing back at us. It's incredibly hard to do. I know that from my own experience, but it's the thing that will lead you towards the peace that you seek. And I know that I can't change your feelings. You're the one in control of how you feel. No one else, just you. I remember the experience of living with my dad's depression. He's been depressed for the last 23 years. So ever since I was 10 years old. And I remember that at the start of that whole journey, I would just keep thinking, what's something I can say to him to make him feel better? or what's something I could do to maybe help him in this moment. And nothing felt quite right. And I was so afraid that the closer I got to him, the more that his sickness would affect me. What I eventually accepted is that there is nothing that I could do, that the only way he would ever recover from his depression is if he chose to do so. But choosing to work through your struggles doesn't mean going from where you are right now to totally happy in an instant. It's a process, and healing, especially in instances of mental illness and legitimate trauma, takes time. Some wounds take longer to heal than others. I noticed from my own experience from the first time that I was depressed in 2005, my first year of high school, to longer struggles of feeling totally trapped by my environment, feeling like I would get pulled back down by those closest to me whenever I tried to grow or whenever I tried to change. And just wondering, are things ever going to get better for me, or am I going to be trapped in this forever? In my darkest moments, thoughts of ending it all entered my head. But you know what stopped me? Knowing how deeply it would hurt others if I went through with it. Knowing that even if I wasn't able to show it right now, or even in the next little while, I still had a lot more to give to this world. I remembered the old Arab saying, if you are thinking of dying, jump into the ocean and feel your body fight. I imagined that picture many times, me jumping in the water, trying to keep myself down to end all the pain that I was feeling. But every time my body would fight back and I'd start swimming. That's how it works with your thoughts, with your feelings, with your emotions. Stop fighting against the current and swim with the feelings. Let's identify what it is that you're feeling right now. And I want you to observe that feeling. Just observe it. Notice those physical sensations in your body. There's no judgment here. Just observe how it feels. There we go. Now, how would you prefer to feel instead? Imagine that feeling. Imagine the sensations of that feeling. And let those thoughts come and go. Let the thoughts slide off like water sliding off a duck's back. This is a safe space. Your thoughts can't hurt you here. Swim with the feelings. Swim with the current. Stop resisting and just let it flow. What action can remind you of this feeling that you choose, that maybe you're imagining, maybe you're even feeling it right now? Maybe it's an action that reminds you of this. It could be as simple as forcing yourself to smile, because the way we show up with our body, it does affect our feeling. Maybe it's a mantra, or it could be a song that puts you at ease, where you just forget everything. Or perhaps it's a visualization, some image, or some memory that calms you. Something like relaxing in a field, just being there with nature, taking in that fresh air, smelling the flowers, and just being one with nature. Or it could be a moment where you felt truly happy. Step into that, live it in your brain. There we go. You see, it's all within you. Everything you need in this life is within you, and everything that you could possibly want is already within you. It's just a question of accessing it. And it's not going to happen overnight. Negative thoughts and negative feelings, they're not going to go away for very long because we all have them. That's part of being a human being. But whether they have power over you is up to you. Remember that thing that soothes you and return to that safe place when you feel helpless. Return to that safe place when you feel alone. Return to that safe place when you feel overwhelmed. Let me leave you with one more thing. And I believe that if every person on the planet understood this thing, then there would be a lot less suffering and a lot less unnecessary death. But other people's opinions do not matter. Whether they're negative opinions, whether they're neutral opinions, whether they're positive opinions, it doesn't matter because anything that anyone says about you is in no way a reflection of who you are or of your worth. Because you are a beautiful human being. You are a child of the universe, and you are not your thoughts. You are not your feelings, and you are most definitely not your environment. No, you are so much more than that. It's okay to feel hurt when someone close to you or someone you admire says something hurtful. It's okay to be sad when things go wrong. And that's life. Things often won't go the way that we planned or the way that we hoped. But it's up to you whether you continue to feel that way. Everyone gets hit by the first arrow of pain, the first arrow of suffering, because pain and suffering is a part of life. We will never completely avoid it, nor would we want to. A life without problems, it would be a very boring life indeed. But whether you get hit by the second arrow, your thinking about what happened is entirely up to you. So let me know in the comments which of these ideas resonated with you. And just remember that I love you as a being of this universe, and you have so much left to give to this world. Hang in there. This suffering too shall pass.